is really breaking things down into simple action, black and white. Do this, do that. If you're anything like me, I just want the steps. Like, give me the steps. I can follow direction. I can do it. And then we'll see what happens. And so that's what I kind of want to do with you guys tonight. It's going to be different. It's going to seem simple, but they're marching orders. And so I've been talking to Danielle a lot about, I think Kelly shed some light on some numbers of all the people you guys added last month. If you could get all of those people this month to executive, the team as a whole would be adding 80 to 140,000 in volume just for helping people get their first 3 ranks, which we should be doing anyways. I promise you, if you can scoop up the new person, really take them by the hand like this and walk them through how to do what we do here to be successful, you will hit your goals without even focusing on it. You will hit your goals without even thinking about yourself. The last couple times I hit major ranks, I didn't even know it was possible until like 4 days before the end of the month. I'm not even kidding you. Like, it wasn't on my radar. It wasn't a push month. It wasn't, I didn't even know it was possible. And then we get to the end of the month and Tara's like, are you going for Emerald? She asked me that the month I went Emerald 3 days before the end of the month. And I was like, hell no, are you crazy? I still have to get this, this, and this. And she's like, okay. And the next morning I was like, Tara, I think I should go for it. She's like, yeah. But I was just so focused on helping all the new people get to their ranks. I wasn't even thinking about how close I was until you look down and you're like, wow, look how many people have been helped and look how close I am. And so that's really what I want us to focus on. But also, one of the ways we get to help people is when we recruit and when we're in action, we can, number one, show our team how we do what we do. And number two, if it's in the right position, in the right spot, we can also help build volume. So that always motivates me too for the people I sign up. If I sign up somebody at the beginning of the month who's ready to rock and ready to go, I'm like, ooh, I need to get them someone, right? Like that, how fun, how exciting to like give them some volume. And that's not what we should be expecting. That's not an expectation. It's a blessing. It's something that we should never expect. But for me, it kind of drives me a little bit to stay on my game of phase 1 recruiting to be able to do that. So I want us all to focus on exposures, inviting, and helping the new people do the same. So I made a little PowerPoint. Like I said, it's not a normal training. It's more like a challenge. And yes, I'm going to walk you guys through it. It's going to be about building our list and making exposures. And I tried to make it super simple. Okay. Play from current slide. Let's talk about building our list. And I will tell you guys that I was in a conversation with Tara and Marielle, 2 amazing women, top earners in this company. And Marielle was telling us how she started doing this with her new people and how successful they've been and how fast they're growing because she started doing this. So this comes straight from the number 1 boss babe in this company. So it's good stuff, not from my head, but okay. So let's go back to the basics and into action. We want to be in phase 1, no matter where you're at in your business. It is always my goal to sign up at least 3 business builders a month. Last month I got 2, so I was a little bit behind, but it was Christmas. But that is my goal every single month, to find 3 people who are ready to rock the business, because I think phase 1 is really important. Okay, so this is not an exercise that you should do by yourself. I really want you guys to pull together as a team and maybe even group up. So if you've got a few ambassadors on your team, if you added a couple ambassadors last month, group up with them, get into a little group chat, or get into a little group chat. If you have a team, like pick 3 of your runners or 3 of your new people and get together with them, and y'all can, not a big chat. Oh, someone's coming in, but like a one-on-one, or like a, I don't know, 3 people chat. I don't know how you say that, but 4 people in a chat, and you guys work together closely and encourage each other and motivate each other. And we're going to build our list. We are going to consult with our sponsor, I'll tell you on what, and boldly invite people intentionally to take a look at the business. Okay, so these are the attributes I want you guys to look for. These are the attributes of the people that we're going to put on our list. We all know a handful of people that have attributes like this, but if you've ever heard us talk about Class A prospects or recruiting up, anything like that, it's people that have these sort of attributions. Influential people. So people that seem to say something and everybody listens, or, oh my God, if you have somebody that recommends a juice cleanse and people actually go buy it, that is an influential person, because who wants to drink vegetable juice for 3 days? Nobody. So only somebody who has influence can convince people to do that. So I'm just kidding, but kind of, but you know what I mean? So influential people that people listen to and trust and want to do what they're doing. People with large networks, you know, like the PTA moms or the people that just seem to be in every little like nook and cranny of every social something. So well-connected, large networks, social media savvy. If you've got a friend that posts something, maybe their dog or their kid, and they've got 300 likes, that person has influence on social media. And that's a huge benefit to this sort of industry, whether they've done social or whether they've done network marketing or not. That's somebody that you probably want to put on your list. Success in business, whether it's traditional or network marketing, it doesn't matter. Business-minded people, entrepreneurs, people who take charge, who are self-starters, those kinds of people you want to put on your list. And people who are helpful, always trying to add value, always thinking about other people first. They have integrity. Obviously, you want to have people with integrity on your team, but you know, people that people seem to trust. And then the kind of person that people seem to gravitate towards. Magnetic personalities, that sort of thing. You know those people that you meet where you feel like you've known them forever and maybe you just met them? It's that kind of personality, that kind of person. And so I want you guys to make your list very, very intentionally. Okay, so now it's time to write your list. We're gonna write them all down, and I want you guys to bring your sponsor, the person that you edify and use for your calls and chats. I want you to bring that person 10 names. Try to write down at least 10 names. I think we all know 10 people. I think I could even grab 10 people. I've been doing this for a long time. I know that I could go through my Facebook, my email, my phone contacts and find 10 people that I have not yet approached or talked to about Q that fit all those descriptions and reach out to them. If I can do it, you can do it, because I've been doing this longer than any of y'all, because I've been here for 20 months and this team just started 5 months ago. So I just commit, right? It's scary, I know, because a lot of these people, when we're recruiting up and we're looking for influential people, most of it's scary to us. That's why it's easier just not to. But I'm really asking you, if Q is your goal, if ranking up and helping people, if you've got a vision and you think Q is going to take you to that vision, commit to yourself. I know it's scary, but push past that. So 10 names to take to your upline. Okay, once your list is done, it's time to schedule a call with your edified upline, and let's talk about edification. I have been doing a training series in the movement page, which is our team page. If you're not in there, let your sponsor know. It's called The Basics, and I have done trainings on social media, edification, messaging and inviting, follow-up, customer care, all sorts of stuff, just kind of doing it from a beginner's perspective. One of the talks that I did was on edification. If you did not see that, I want you to, before you start this exercise, go back to that training and watch it, because I talk about the importance of edification. We are not selling somebody a company, and this was my experience, but we are selling somebody a mentor, a system, that sort of thing. And so when I joined Q, the reason that I joined, and I tell this story kind of in depth in this training, The reason I joined Q is because my friend Chastity was sharing, literally sharing her upline Tara's success, like literally taking it from Tara's Facebook page and sharing it onto her own. And I didn't know Tara. I'd never met her before, but I saw that Tara was killing it and Tara was helping a lot of people have success. And I knew that Tara could take me where I wanted to go. And so I went to Chastity and I said, I want to talk to your friend Tara. Like I did all of the recruiting edification thing for her, but that is how I got connected to Tara and to Q Sciences, through an edified upline. So edifying your upline is huge. And I'm going to give you specific examples on what you can say. But that's why we should be talking about our upline and our sponsor in every message we send out, inviting people to check out the business. Okay, so when you get on this call with your sponsor and your list, you're going to talk about each person on your list. You're bringing them 10, but I want you to talk to your sponsor about each one of these people. Describe the personality, describe the career or job they have, what seems to drive them, if they've got family, that sort of thing. Kind of just explain in a nutshell their personality, their life, what's going on. Because your sponsor is going to need to know a little bit about them to help you construct a message directly to this person. We are completely stepping away from copy and paste messages that we're sending to multiple people at once. People are over it. I promise you, they're over it. I used to do it not that long ago either. So I'm not, I mean, like really not that long ago. But after I kept getting message after message, I think it was actually, no offense to Usborne, because I love their books. I buy them all the time. But from like 10 different networks, like 10 different people in completely different networks, I got the same message about coming to a party. I was like, I'm not even going to answer it because I know they just sent that to 100 people. And I'm not mad, I'm not annoyed, but like that's not to me. So I don't feel the need to answer that message specifically. And so that kind of jarred me out of this. The copy and paste is not going to work anymore. This has to be heartfelt. It has to be thought out, and it has to be to that person with them knowing this is to them. This is to you, right? Okay. My goal, so now we get to the invitation. You've made the list. You're in your little group of encouraging people. You are going to cheerlead for each other. You are going to root each other on. You're going to tell each other you can do it. Like, let's just do it and see what happens. Like, what would happen if you ran as hard as you could for 90 days? What would happen? I can tell you what I'm 99.9% sure would happen. You would rank up a couple times and you would help a lot of people along the way. It might take all 90 days of really hard running and really hard work, but I know something would come of it. So commit that to yourself if that's your goal. But my goal for you guys is to make at least 30 exposures or invites by the end of the month. We're starting with 10 to ease you in. But my hope is that once you get through those 10 and you see what happens, you'll decide to choose 10 more, and then you'll decide to choose 10 more after that. The message should be done on phone or voice message only, if possible. If for some reason that is not possible, then okay, but it has to be a completely genuine, heartfelt message specific to that person if it's not on phone or voice message. And make it clear that it's for them. Talk about them in the message. That's why I want you to describe this person in detail to your sponsors so that they know things about them and they can kind of help you construct it. Okay, so after discussing with your sponsor, you can construct what you're prepared to say to them. And your only job, you guys, is to connect to your edified upline. Your only job is to invite and connect. That's all you have to do. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Sorry. How do I get out of that? Okay. So here's an example. And this is for the sponsors too. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So let's say that you have a friend who's very social, well-connected, and well-loved, but they work a lot of hours and they often talk about the stress of work and wishing that they were at home more with their family. So this is something that you could say. when you are going to be reaching out to them. Hey, Kayla, I've been thinking so much about you and how hard you work. I sound weird because I'm reading it. You're not going to sound like me. Okay, just make sure you sound like genuine. I've been thinking so much about you and how hard you work. And I know you've talked all the time about how you miss your babies. And I know this is random, but I think it might really be a blessing to you. I have a friend, Danielle, and she's taught me how to make 250, 750, 1700, whatever, from home. And it's something that we could do together and have a lot of fun with. I'd love for you to meet her and hear her incredible story also. Would you be open to that? So you are connecting with her. You know that she misses her babies. You know that making money from home would be a huge blessing to her. You know that she's social. So you're going to talk about how much fun you guys could have together doing it. And then you're talking about Danielle, who is this amazing mentor that's going to help that's led you through this and who can help lead her through it as well. And just a side note disclaimer, if you've not hit a rank yet, so you're brand new, you don't have to mention what you make. Okay. We all started from zero. We all start from the same place. When I joined this company, I was making $0. So it's not like I had this huge story of I make $90,000 a month and blah, blah, blah. I was like, this is what I hope happens. This is what happened for my friend Tara. Like, I really think you should talk to her. So we all start from zero. Just because you don't make any money yet doesn't mean that you can't be successful in doing this. So don't mention what you make, mention what Danielle does, or whatever edified upline that you're using. You can say something like, I have a friend, Danielle, who makes $8,000 a month working from home, and she's going to teach me how, and it's something that we could do together, etc. Okay, so the goal is for you guys to get at least 5 calls a month with your sponsor. So 5 yeses from your intentional reach outs. Grab all of your new ambassadors, all of your working ambassadors, like I say, and do this with them too. You guys can do it together, like I said, and schedule a Zoom with them to go through the list and help them construct messages. And you guys can even hold each other accountable. Hey, today in your little chat groups, today I'm reaching out to Kayla. I'm so nervous, but I think that she'd be really good at this. So by 2:00, make sure I've reached out to her, right? Like poke me and make sure I did it. Whatever you guys want to do, just come together as a community, commit to getting into action and commit to doing this, and do it together. And that makes it fun when you know you're not alone. So here's my contribution to this for y'all. Anybody who gets their sponsor on 5 qualified, and by qualified, I mean, don't go to people and say, hey, I'm trying to win money. Will you get on a call? Just get on the call. I don't care. Just get on the call. That's not qualified. I'm talking you've legitimately, genuinely done this challenge and gotten 5 interested people on the phone with your sponsor. Whoever gets 5, and you guys will have to keep track and let me know, or maybe tell Danielle, and Danielle can give me the list at the end of the month. I will do a drawing for $150 for all people who got 5 on a call. I will do a drawing for $150, and I will send you cash money. I was about to sing a rap song, but I decided not to. So that is all I've got. So I hope this was the kind of training that you guys wanted, but I really want you guys to get into step-by-step action and really just commit and do it. This is going to be a huge month. So Danielle, I don't know if you want to add anything, if you want me to go into anything, if you want to open it up for questions, whatever you want to do, girl, I am happy to serve. So.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. Thank you so much. I took a lot of notes and I took some screenshots of your slides for memory. But I wanted to reiterate what Francesca talked about in the movement. So Fran, it's unit 5, right? Where all of your recent trainings are. They're under unit 5. Is that right?
It's the latest one. So I think it's probably 5.
So everyone on this call and our whole teams, we can go over to the movement, and she's done so many great videos. How many? 7? About 7? Basic info on how to reach out and, like she said, how to edify. And if you're just starting or you've been doing this, it's still a good it's still something good to go back and look at and just kind of jog your memory, or maybe you can do something different. But it is, that's where I would start, is I would go over to the movement, look at some of these videos, and that's going to help you reach out to other people and give you new verbiage. I think a lot of it is verbiage. And if you've never done this before, you don't really know what to say. And so that is normal. And so you find yourself sending voice memos, and you're like, oh, that sounded horrible. And then you delete. And then you start over, even if you're at the end of that 1 minute memo, and you start over. But that gives you the practice to get you down to what you want to say. And the key is it's your voice. It's you. You sound authentic. So if you're typing something up, it is not going to sound anything like what you would send in a voice memo. So send those voice memos or text messages. I say voice memos with Facebook Messenger just because you can easily get someone else in on a chat with you. But I understand that some people don't have Facebook, and so that's not possible with those people. But I would start there to go to the movement, look at Fran's trainings, see what she said, the verbiage that she uses. And I would be totally up for, I think it would be great to do a power hour where we can get together, encourage each other, talk about the verbiage, how someone says something, how someone else says something. So I'm going to look at scheduling that this week. I don't know if it'll be like a lunchtime or an evening, or maybe a lunchtime and an evening. And we can all get on a Zoom where we're reaching out to other people so that we can qualify for the contest, and y'all can win that prize, that awesome prize that Brain has. So does anybody have any questions before we depart and we end this? Okay, well, I hope you guys all have a great night tonight. Fran, thank you so much for your time. Bye, guys.